Good evening, world. This is Ivan O'Mara. I just got back from my shift at Coco 40. Actually, no, I didn't. I finished my shift at Coco 40 at like close to 4:30. Then I busted Indies to get my check and my tip, and then I walked back home. So right now it's coming at 6 o'clock because I busted Indies and I walked back home after I picked up my check at Indies, obviously. Yeah. Are you tired, Ivan? Yeah, I'm exhausted, man. Today at Coco 40 was busy. But the people there, they helped me out with the dishes when I closed. The guy helped me out a lot. But man, even when they helped me out a lot, it's still a lot of work, man. Hence why I'm gonna look for another job. I'm gonna apply at the McDonald's, A&W's maybe. Obviously, if I get the job, I'll quit Coco 40. Obviously, you don't like working there. I like the people there. It's a family. The people there are very nice, but the work is too much, man. Dishwashing at Coco 40 is fucking crazy, man. It's too much work, especially when you close, man. It's crazy, man. You have like a mountain of dishes you have to wash on weekends, right? Especially Sundays. And today I was alone on a Sunday, but the guy helped me out because he knew I needed help. Yeah, had the guy not helped me out there, I would have been done at like close to 5 o'clock, 4:50 maybe, 4:45. I would have been done the dishes, man. And yesterday it took me an hour and 40 minutes to clear the dish pit. That's how much work Coco 40 is. That's why I'm living on the job. Yeah, the work's too tough on my body. Yeah, I work again tomorrow. Yeah, man. The boss could have given me money off. Why haven't you work Monday 2 at 9? I'm like, he's like, Ivan, from now on you work Saturday, Sundays. He told me that. I'm like, fuck, man. Yeah. Because Anthony quit, now I work Saturdays alone. And Sundays I work alone, which means the boss has to find another dishwasher because I can't work Sundays alone every week. It's too much work for me. It's tough on my body. It's very stressing. Hence why the dishwashing job at Coco 40 is getting to me psychologically and physically. Hence why I'm going to find another job, obviously. Yeah. Yeah. That's why the gates are those running, man. You have me work these blood, sweat, and tear jobs for shitty money, minimum wage. I'm not going to let you take control of the blades of work, man. You're crazy. My not works for me, BT. It's not for you. You're not touching my money. There you go. The blades off this Zane's brand of mine. It's not yours. Yeah, there you go. I have the keys on to sell to you. Yeah. So Ivan, if you do get the McDonald's job and the A&W's job, you're gonna go Coco 40. Yeah, I'll give the boss a 2-week notice. That way, I give him time to find a dishwasher. But he'll know why I'm quitting. He's like, Ivan, like, why are you quitting? I'm like, yeah, the work's tough on my body. Like, we're working weekends alone on a Saturday and then a Sunday. It's stressing. It's tough on my body. He's like, Ivan, I can easily do dishes myself. I know, but you know why all your dishwashers in the past quit Coco 40 because the work is tough, man. Coco 40 is a lot of fucking work for dishwashing. It's crazy, man. Yeah. Coco 40 is crazy, man. It's a lot of work, man. Especially when you close. Oh my god, it's crazy. You have like a mountain of dishes. You're like, I showed you guys a picture right on my phone. You have like a mountain of dishes. It's crazy, yo. Yeah. Will the boss be a bit pissed off? Yeah, he might be a bit pissed off. Yeah, I know why Ivan's leaving, man. Like, yeah, the work here, dishwashing here is a lot of fucking work. Yeah, man. Dishwashing at Coco 40 is a lot of fucking work, man. It's so much work, it literally drains your energy. Like yesterday when I worked, I had like no energy after work. The day after I worked, my body was done. My body was finished. But the guy helped me out a lot today when I closed, which was nice of him. He helped me out a lot. But like I was still stressed out because during the day I had to wash like a shitload of dishes. It was crazy, man. Yeah. I also have to mop again today. And I also have to take out the garbage. Yeah. Whereas McDonald's, you take out garbage, but you probably don't have to take out that much garbage, right? Yeah. McDonald's is a lot of work too, but you just flip burgers, so it's not that hard on your body, right? But every job that you do, it's a lot of work. It's labor, obviously, but Coco 40 is real labor. It's a lot of work, man. And that's why I'm like, yeah, man, I'm gonna look for another job. This job, dishwashing is not fun. Where I go 40, man. I like the people there; it's a family, but man, the work is stressing on my body, and I don't want to work there anymore, man. And because Anthony quit, I don't want to work over anymore, man. Because Anthony was my dishwashing partner on the weekends, and then he quit, and now they put me on Sundays alone, man. I'm like, yeah, fuck that. I'm getting another job, man. I don't want to work fucking weekends like over alone, man. Fuck that, man. It's too stressing for me, man. You know. Hopefully, I get the A&W's job or the McDonald's job, right? I'll apply there. I'll also apply to Tim Hortons. I can apply to Tim Hortons too, yeah. I can make the donuts. Apply there. I might apply to Tim Hortons too, yeah. Apply to Tim Hortons. Work full time there. I'd rather work there than work over 40, man. Over 40 is a lot of work, man. It's fucking stressing shit, yeah. Oh, let's see where. So now you know why the boss hired you. Yeah, the boss hired me on the spot because they had no, when I applied there, they had no dishwashers. The line guys had to do the dishes, and Anthony was sick at the time 2 years ago when I applied. Hence why the boss hired me right away, because he knows that all the dishwashers who work there, they end up quitting. Yeah, they hired some American guy last week, a black American guy. He quit after that Saturday. He quit. He's like, I'm done. He didn't want to work there because the work is too much. We have to take out a bunch of garbage. You wash a shitload of dishes. He's like, yeah, fuck this. I don't want to work this job. Yeah, dishwashing is not fun, man. But it depends where you work. Like Dinty's dishwashing is not that bad. Like at Dinty's, the dishes don't really stress me out. It's not that bad. Dinty's is not that bad. It's more relaxing. Whereas Coco 40 is crazy, man. Especially weekends, man. It's fucking crazy. Yeah. And so if I do get the McDonald's job and the A&W's job, the Coco 40 boss is like, fuck, man, Ivan's quitting because the work is tough on his body. Yeah, I'm going to tell him, look, man, I like working here. The people here are nice, but I'm sorry, man. Like, the work here is tough on my body. It's too much work. Like, yeah, I don't want to work Sundays alone, man. Yeah, next week, I swear to God, if I'm alone, I'm going to be like, I'm going to tell the boss, look, man, I don't want to work Sundays alone, man. It's too stressing. It's too tough on my body. Yeah, man. It's tiring shit, man. Yeah, man. Some Sarah. And that's why, good like 4 or 5 more years of these minimum wage jobs, I'm done. Once I get my book proofread and design my cover for my book, I'm going to let the geeks know I'm sick and tired of working these shitty jobs. Working these shitty jobs for peanuts. I work my ass off and I make peanuts for it. I'm supposed to be living the multi-millionaire life, and I wrote to Zane's book, This Brand's Mine, the gays don't touch my money. So it's like, you won't let me touch your money, not touch my money either. That's how it works. Yeah, man. So I'm saying, yeah. Yeah. Do you think dishwashers apply at Coco 40? Yeah, I remember when the boss gave me a warning. He said, "Yeah, many people have sent in their CVs for being a dishwasher." But the boss at Coco 40, he knows, man. Like all the dishwashers who, trust me, put yourself in my shoes. Go work one shift at Coco 40 on a weekend. Most of the guys will quit because the work is too much. Yeah, I don't want to fucking wash all these fucking dishes every fucking weekend. Yeah, there's a reason why Anthony quit. Anthony loves working there. Obviously, he likes the people. Obviously, but Anthony quit because he doesn't like. Yeah, I don't want to work Saturdays alone. It's not fun working weekends alone. Saturdays alone is not fun, and Sundays is not fun either because Sundays are fucking busy at Coco 48. He's like, yeah, fuck this. I'd rather have my moving job than fucking wash dishes at Coco 40. That's why he quit, man. And now I'm their only dishwasher. I'm looking for another job because I don't want to work there anymore, man. It's too much work for me, yeah. They overwork me at Coco 40, right? They overwork me, yeah. They make me do everything. Ivan, take out the garbage, all the garbages. Ivan, do the omelets. Ivan, take out the oil. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I have to take out the garbage. I don't know why at Coco 40, why can't you do a thing where everyone takes out the garbage? Why does the dishwasher have to take out the garbage? Like, why don't you do a thing? Okay, everyone in the kitchen and line everything. Help Ivan out. If you do take out the garbage, it goes by much faster. But no, Ivan has to take out the garbage. Ivan has to mop. Yeah. Sometimes I don't mop. Sometimes the other guy mops. But they also make me mop too after me doing that dirty work, right? You know, Ivan, once the dish pit's clear, I want you to go do the mop and also do the garbage too. Yeah, it's fucking tiring. Yeah, tiring on my body, man. Yeah. And that's why God gave you the keys, Ivan, because if you didn't have the keys, even though you hate the keys, you'd be working these shitty jobs for the rest of your life, or you'd sell to the gates, and they destroy your life. You'd be sharing with a garbage wife, and they would steal all your money and give you the peanuts. All the billions that you make off your movie, they take it all, and they give you immediately like $5-10 million. They would dupe you. That's why God gave me the keys. That way I can make my billions off my product and control my money. The Xanus IP is mine. The gates are not touching it. It's my money, so I'm sorry, yeah. I'm not gonna let you take my money when you have me work these shitty jobs for almost 40 years of my life while you're making all your trillions. Yeah, you made all your trillions around the world. You won't let me touch your money. The billions off this Xanus book is my money. Me, Vijay's money. It's not yours. You're not touching it. I don't know, the 15 billion bucks, the 20 billion bucks, you're not touching it, man. That's me, Vijay's money. You make your trillions around the world. This money's mine. You're just a greedy pig. You're a greedy psychopath. Yeah, there you go. Because I know I wrote a masterpiece. You guys read a session of God, your book is sick. I know. The Gatekeepers told me my book's #1. My stepmother told me it's #1. Hollywood will love your story, but this brand's mine. I'm not selling to Hollywood system. I don't want to be in Hollywood. I don't want to share with the garbage wives. I'm sorry, yeah. I'm sorry? Oh, I work again tomorrow, man. Oh my god. Oh. Tomorrow it's supposed to be busy too again, which means I'm going to be stressed out again tomorrow when I work, right? Weekdays at Coco 40 is not that bad, but it's still a lot of work because I still have to take out a lot of garbage, a lot of cardboard, and closing. It's usually a shitload of dishes when I close them on weekdays, even weekdays too. Weekends is crazier. Yeah, it's more busy and all that stuff, but weekdays it's still a lot of work, man. So the labor is starting to get to, the labor at Coco 40 is starting to take effect on my body. Like after work, I'm so exhausted. And that's why after work, whenever I finish my shift, I usually sit outside for maybe 10 minutes outside the restaurant in the back. For like 10 minutes, I just like drink. I take a drink from the fridge. I just sit down. I just look at my phone. I just have like 2 smokes, listen to music. I just chill for me because my body's so tired because I gotta walk home. That's why I gotta get my bike fixed. Right now, I can use my younger stepbrother's e-bike, but my e-bike I'm gonna get it fixed this summer. Maybe in June, July. I'll fix it. In June, in 2 months. Yeah, next month is June, right? Yeah, next month I'll fix it. My bike, so I can bike to Disney. I don't have to take the bus anymore. Yeah. 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 How much money do you need to save, Ivan? I need to save at least like $2,000. I have to pay off the government, $400 to the government, because they took. I was supposed to get my $400 tax money last month in April, but the government used that money to pay off half of my what I owe them. So now I only owe them like $400 which I can easily pay off. Obviously, I paid off my welfare like last year. This year I'll pay off that. I have to save my money, save like $2,000, and get my book proofed, obviously. And design my cover. The design of my cover is not expensive. That's like maybe $200, $150, but the proofreading is expensive, obviously. Because I have to go over my whole book and fix my punctuation, spelling, typos, sentence structures, all that stuff, right? Yeah. Uh, yeah. Oh, your book is sick. I know my book's a masterpiece. That's why the gatekeepers want to join my brand. My brand's #1, man. My son told me, "Oh, Ivan, your book's #1, and Holly will love your story." She told me that. I'm not lying to you guys. She told me that when they sat me upstairs. That's #1, Ivan, and Holly will be all over your story. Yeah, she told me that. They would love your story, Ivan. Yeah. Zane's IP will be the biggest IP in the anime industry, bigger than even Disney Star Wars and Marvel and Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter. You know what I'm saying? Bigger than all those brands. IPs. It's huge. Yeah, I wrote a masterpiece. And you guys read section of my book. You guys understand what I mean. Yeah, Ivan. Your book is fucking interesting. Yeah, my whole book is like that. It's constant entertainment when you read it. It's a masterpiece. Yeah, man. It's a masterpiece. My book is a masterpiece. Yeah, man. Easy, Ivan. I love your book. I know my book is sick. Yeah, man. How much money did you make off your book, by the way? I don't know, BJ. I made $20 billion. You made $20 billion off your book? Yeah. If a billion people bought my book, I'll make like my $20 billion. 18, 19, 20 billion. She's like, you made $20 billion off your book? I'm like, yeah. She's like, holy shit. Yeah. And if I make $20 billion, I can put like $700 million towards my house, a bit more, because I made more. If I make like 15, I'll put like 650, 600. 10, 500. That way you don't blow as much of your money, right? Yeah. And if I make 20 billion, I can put maybe 2 point maybe 1 billion towards Xanus. That way I make each movie for 700 million. Yeah. Give Peter the budget to work with, right? For the movie or Mel Gibson, obviously. You need to give Peter Jackson and Mel Gibson a big budget, Ivan. That way they have unlimited resources for whatever they want to do for the movie. They can accomplish it for the movie. That's why you need to give Peter a big budget, Ivan. A nice $2 billion budget for the movie, or Mel Gibson, whoever I choose, right? For my amazing adaptation based on my masterpiece of a novel. Yeah. John Mayer, your book's sick, man. Oh, my book is sick, John. I'm saying. I can't wait to play a role of Tacitoy, I know. And I see John Mayer, he's sarcastic in the movie. He makes fun of Andy Serkis. From a Southern as well. Yeah, he blazing the met the trees, a Southern. Yeah, he looks down on the Southerns and Northerns, right? Yeah, it's actually funny. I don't know, all the Northerns black? No. The royal family's black, but the Northerns are mixed races, obviously. I don't describe what they look like in the book, obviously, but for the movie that you have, they're mixed races. You have some white people, you have some people who look Arab, some people who look, yeah. But the royal family's black. That makes my story unique, obviously. Why don't you do something like Wakanda, where they're all black? If you do that, you're gonna ruin the story, and you're gonna have a plot hole in the story. I won't spoil the story for you. No, you can't have them all black. Otherwise, you're gonna have a plot hole in the story. You'll see what I mean when you read Volume 3, and they can't be all black. Some Sarah. The royal family's black, but the rest of the Northerns are mixed people. Some people are black, some people are white, some people are Arab, some people are Asian, some people are mixed. You know what I'm saying, yeah, you have different groups of people, obviously. Yeah. But the Southerns too, right? You have different races of people. Obviously, most of them are white people, obviously, but you have some black people, like, yeah. Some Sarah. Yeah. Like, there's never been a movie made before where you have like a black prince, right? There's probably been a few, but most movies, the princes are always white guys, right? Because I'm black and I'm playing Takis, the royal family has to be black. Otherwise, you're gonna have a contradiction in your story, obviously. That's why you're the royal family. They're all black people. Yeah, you have Jimo Hansu, John Boyega, the royal family. You have Angelina Bassett. You have Idris Elba. You know what I'm saying? You have Don Cheadle. Well, Don Cheadle's not part of the royal family. Maramis is not part of the royal family. But he lives with Tactius and them in the castle too, Maramis, right? Yeah, the archer, he lives with them. But he's not part of the royal family. He's not royalty. But he lives with them in the castle. He's also rich too, obviously, because I don't describe as well, but Maramis is obviously rich too. He lives in the castle with Tactius, Cassius, Testonius, and Queen Sarah and Lithius and all them. Baramis, the servant, also lives in the castle too. The queen's servant, he lives in the castle, yeah. But yeah, sick movie. You'll certainly remember, I won't spoil so for you. Yeah. When I go upstairs to get a coffee, guys, soon. Yeah. So Ivan, you might make 20 million off your book? Yeah, maybe. If a billion people buy my book, I'll make my 18, 19, 20 billion off the book. And that's why VJ's like, holy shit, Ivan, you made 20 billion off your book? I'm like, yeah. She's like, holy shit, that's a lot of money, Ivan. Are you gonna share that with me, sweetie? I'm like, yeah, I will, VJ. Relax. I'm gonna share it with you. Are you gonna share it with you? Yeah, I'm not sure what I do. Yeah, VJ. I fucking died for you. I suffered death for you, man. You're welcome. I got you out of the Hollywood system. And you're now free with me, and you control the money with me. We're queen. I'm sharing the $20 million out of the book with you, but you have to share your love around $2 million you have in your bank. Oh, I'm not sharing with you. Yeah. She shares with me, obviously. Then we put it in the same account. Yeah. Why did you really write that masterpiece on your own? I'm like, yeah, I did. She's like, holy shit, that was the best novel I read in my life, Ivan. Holy shit, that's a masterpiece. Yeah, I see your point. If we turn this into a movie, looking at the best movie children made, yes. The best movie children made, looking at a masterpiece, man. Yeah, man. And because I didn't sell the gates, the Xanus, all the rights for the Xanus brand's mine. So the merchandising rights for the Xanus movie, me and VJ's. The film rights for the Xanus brand, me and VJ's. The gaming rights, the game rights, me and VJ's. We own the whole thing. The Gates don't touch our money. I didn't sell to the Gates. They have to honor their deal, obviously. I did not sell to you. I did not bow to you. And you have to honor your deal. You can't touch my money. And the Gates have to honor their deal. I didn't sell to them. They can't touch my money. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not envious. I don't want you and BJ being multi-billionaires. I'm fucking envious. I don't want you making, I don't know, your $20 billion off your book and like having your $700 million Incredibles house and your high-end like $1 million, $2-3 million cars, owning your $350 million private jet, your like $100 million yacht. I'm envious. I don't want you to live that life, Ivan. And getting your nice clothes are envious. Yeah, they don't want to live in that life. And starring on Sky's Entertainment Company and signing that mega with Amazon, controlling our money for the box office, the game, and the merch. They're envious. They don't want me to be not rich because they haven't had me. They're crazy people. That's why God gave me the keys. I'm like, get something to me now. Because the Gates have agreed seconds, obviously. Like Thorin did in The Hobbit, right? He didn't want to share any of the gold with the elves. They went to war over the gold, right? The money, right? The gold, the treasure. But then when the orc army showed up, then they enemy of my enemy, enemy of my enemy is my friend, right? They joined forces together and they fought the orcs. But at first, they went to war with the dwarves over the treasure, right? And Thorin's like, no, you're not touching a dime of my treasure. I guarantee that's symbolism of the gatekeepers. The gatekeepers have agreed seconds. They have all that money in their bank. They're tens of trillions. I don't know. They're 80 trillion, 100 trillion in their bank. They don't want me touching a piece of their money, and they also want to take my money out of my bank because they're greedy pigs, man. Zero, man. You're not touching a dime of my money, man. You won't let me make money in this world. You won't let me touch your money. The money off the book is mine. You're not touching it either. Zero. You're not touching it either, man. It's mine. The $1 billion, the $20 billion off the books for me, but it's not for you. You're not touching it. You're just a greedy psychopath, yeah. You have an envy and you're a greedy psychopath, yeah. Crazy, man. I don't know. So once you register for the cards, once you made your money off your book, Vijay will tell you, Vijay will tell me, Ivan, you want to buy that, Ivan, let's buy the yacht, let's buy the jets, let's buy our clothes, let's build our dream house, Ivan, and we do all that, yeah. We make plans, we build our dream, I don't know, like $700 million house, if I make $20 billion, and we buy our like $350 million jet, our $80 million jet, we get our like $100 million unique 7-1 yacht, a smaller like $25-30 million yacht. We go on a huge clothes shopping spree. We get a bunch of clothes and shoes, like nice fucking high-end clothes and shoes, man. And so when you see me trying to reach you, we look fly. We look so fresh and clean and fly because we're rocking nice clothes. Every time we trend online, wherever we go, right? On X, on Twitter, yeah. Oh my God, Ivan looks fly now. He's rocking nice clothes, I know. My whole life, I didn't really have the best clothes. And now I can actually have, like, wear nice fucking clothes, man. Nice shoes. Yeah, man. Yeah. Ivan, what about your cars? I'm not going to get the cars until the house is built. So I'm going to tell VJ, there's no point of us getting the cars when the house is not built. Like, we can just have drivers take us around wherever we want to go in Vancouver. And then once the house is built and the garage is built, now we can get our nice cars. Our, like, I don't know, $500,000, $1 million cars. Nice fucking cars, yeah. 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 Sarah? Ivan, seriously, man, what's the best volume in your book? Well, for me personally, it's volume 3, but you can also argue it's like a back and forth with volume 2 and volume 3, but I like volume 3 better because that's when the story gets deep, it gets dark. It's a dark episode of Taki's life, obviously, hence why it's my favorite, but you can also argue volume 2 is better. You kept you more hooked volume 2, right? But volume 3 is a hook too, man. It's a masterpiece too. It's amazing. But some fans might not like that plot twist. Yeah, I even took volume 2 on a totally different direction than what I intended, but like it makes the story powerful. I know what I'm doing. It's a powerful story. But I think most fans are either gonna like volume 2 the best or volume 3. And volume 1 is the worst because volume 1 is just a build to the story. But volume 1 is also very entertaining too. But it's just a build of the story, right? Volume 1, right? Yeah. And the chapters are very short, not that long. Yeah. What's the longest chapter, Ivan? In volume 1? Uh. Young Tacitus, I think? No, Young Tacitus is pretty short too. In Search for the Prince, I think is the longest one. Yeah, in Search for the Prince, the longest one. Well, like, volume 1, the chapters are very short. They're only like, I don't know, like 13, 14 pages in my book, man. 15 pages in my book. So when you read it in book form, you read maybe like 25, 27 pages per chapter around there. 30 pages per chapter. It's not that long. Whereas volume 2, you have a few longer ones. The Lithia chapters is long. The Capture chapter is short. Lightning Chaos is long. Tactics of Colonius is a short chapter. And the Axis of Sideways, that's a long one. That's the longest one. The volume 2, the chapters are a little bit longer. And volume 3, all the chapters are long, very long. As when I wrote volume 3, all my chapters were 100 plus pages on my notebook. I think War and Becoming King, I wrote like 160 pages for that one chapter. It's a long chapter. Walking with the Answers, I wrote like 100 plus pages for that too. What was Cyrus more 100 plus pages for that. Unexpected Journey, I wrote 100 plus pages for that too, man. They're long. Volume 3 is the longest volume because all my chapters are very, very long. But Volume 3 has the least chapters. Only 4 chapters in Volume 3, but they're very, very long chapters. In book form, you're looking like 100 plus, like 80, 90 pages around there per chapter on there in my book. Each chapter in my book is like 80 pages. 90 pages, 100 pages in my book. That's why Volume 3 is like a 300 plus page. Be like 300 plus pages for the book, right? Like a 300 page book, Volume 3. Volume 2, maybe 230 pages. And Volume 1, maybe 130, 40 pages. 30 pages, whatever it is, for Volume 1. Volume 1 is the shortest. And Volume 2 is the second longest. And Volume 3 is the longest, obviously, when you read it, right? Longest volume, obviously. It's my favorite, but you can argue Volume 2 is better. It just depends on how the art hits you, right? Yeah. But some fans might even like Volume 1. No, I like Volume 1 the best. I like the whole thing with the build of the story. Yeah, Volume 1's entertaining too, but it's just the build-up, right? And that's why it's my least favorite. But Volume 1's very entertaining too. I showed you guys a lot of scenes in Volume 1, right? What was Cyrus No More? Yeah, I showed you the end of 20 years later when Takis meets Circe and Papyri. I showed you Young Takis. I showed you the prologue. I showed you 20 years later with the banquet hall celebration when they give a toast. I know a drunker when I see one, yeah. When that Swings was drunk, he went upstairs with a woman to have sex, yeah. Obviously. Ivan, are you bluffing, man? What you show us, did you really write that? Yes, guys, I'm not lying to you guys. What I showed you, I wrote it. I'm not lying. I wrote it on my own, man, with no help. Because I'm gifted. I have to gift from the heavens. Yeah. Yeah. Get my coffee soon, guys. Yeah. Oh, I'm so tired, man. Oh my god, I have like no energy. Ugh. I think, yeah, man. And that's why I haven't been consistent on the treadmill because my body's so tired. Hence why I want to do another job. Because if I flip burgers, my body will not be that tired. I can now go on the treadmill like 5, 6, 7 days a week. Whereas if you do dishwashing, the work is so tough on your body. I'm so tired. I don't have any energy to go on the treadmill, man. Because Coco 40 is fucking crazy, man. Like, the work is too much. Yeah. That's why all the dishwashers who worked at Coco 40, they all end up quitting, man. They don't like working there because the work is too much. Yeah, man. And the Coco 40 boss knows that, even I know if I hire another dishwasher once you leave, chances are that dishwasher is also going to quit too. Yeah, they're all going to quit. Because when I applied to Coco 40, they had no dishwasher. The only dishwasher they had was Anthony. But Anthony was sick, obviously. But Anthony ended up quitting. After 2 years later, he quit. He quit over 40. Like last week, he quit. That was his last shift. He quit because he did the work's too much, man. It's too much work. It's dirty work, man. Yeah, it's dirty work over 40. It's crazy. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, I mean, how you do, man? Every time I read your book, the characters jump on the page. I don't know, guys. It's a gift I have. God gave me the gift. I'm gifted, man. I have the gift from the heavens. That's why I'm an amazing storyteller. And my writing is very unique because I have the gift that these guys don't have. These guys have gifts too, all these famous fancy authors, but they have the earthly gift. They don't have the heavenly gift like me, hence why they can't write like me. Because they don't have the gift that I have, right? I have the gift. I know how to make my character jump on the page and make my story so interesting because I'm a genius, yeah. As you guys read sections of my book right now, my book is sick. It's a page turner. You just keep turning the page. Masterpiece, yeah, man. $1 billion story. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Remember that? Yeah. A lot of money, man. Yeah. For me to VJ, right? So why can't the Southerners believe that Taki is the Prince of Xanus? Because the Northerns never come to the South, yet alone the Prince of Xanus. Like, a random Northern coming to the South is already shocking. So you can only imagine someone who's the Prince from the of Xanus coming to the cursed South. They can't believe it. And it's why they seized Taki's Norman dungeon. And none of the Southerners believe he's the prince, except for Lithia. Lithia has the faith that she, as you guys read in that passage, right, with Belle. And I believe them. And then Belle's like, Lith, that's crazy speech. No way is the heir of Xanus wandering these parts. We're in the South. Yeah, they're all shocked. What the fuck is the Prince of Xanus doing here in the cursed South? In the cursed South, right? Yeah. They can't believe it, the Southerners. That's why I wrote a masterpiece. Because I'm looking at a masterpiece, man. They don't believe he's the Prince of Xanus, and they can't believe he would come to the South. I've been looking at a masterpiece, like Jesus. They put him on trial. I'm like, yeah, Peter. He's like, holy shit, look at our masterpiece, Ivan. This is better than Lord of the Rings. Oh, I know, but it's better than Lord of the Rings. Masterpiece. Yeah. Masterpiece, yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah. Ivan, how good's your story? It's so good it'll blow your mind away. As every time I show you sections of my book, you guys are always hooked, right? Even that scene, the beginning of Exodus Aphes, that was also entertaining too. And that's one of the least interesting parts of my book. that least interesting part of that chapter, and yet it's still entertaining enough to keep you reading. Yeah, my book's a masterpiece, man. Yeah. That and chaos, what you guys read, they shall not pass these sacred walls. Put it in writing. That's arguably my weakest chapter in volume 2. And yeah, when you read that, you were still entertaining, right? Yeah, Ivan. Young Tachys is my weakest chapter in volume 1. No, the prologue is actually the weakest, but the prologue doesn't count. The prologue is a prologue. But out of the chapters, Young Tachys is by far the weakest chapter in volume 1. And you read the first 6 pages, and I showed you guys the other sections of the book. When Tachys like, you ever wonder what's beyond those walls? You mean monsters, cuz I'm now sick, I know. You don't have to pray, take shelter, protection, or run away. No, Sam. Yeah. Go away. I don't feel like talking right now. It's me, Tacitonis. I know. Now go away. Jokes like me. You know what I'm saying? And he opens the door. He's like, you just go. You just disobeyed my command just earlier. You know what I'm saying? You're not king yet, Taki. Yeah. Why have you come? I'm now sick. I know. My book is sick, man. Masterpiece. It's a masterpiece, yeah, man. And that's my weakest chapter in volume 1 when you read it, right? Some people might like Young Tachys more than the other chapters, but Young Tachys is not as interesting as the other chapters. It's just about the life of Tachys and Tacitonis when they're kids, right? It's about young. I was initially not going to do Young Tachys. I thought, okay, wouldn't it be cool to do a chapter about the life of Tachys when he's a kid? And then later on, it transfers 20 years later when he's 30 years old. He's an adult now. Yeah. That's why I decided to write Young Tachys when I was in the hospital. Obviously. You wrote that? Yeah, I wrote Young Tachys in the hospital. The prologue I also wrote in the hospital too. I asked my stepparents, hey, can you bring me a notebook and some pens? And they brought me notebooks and pens, and I wrote my book in the hospital. Yeah, because in a mental institution, you're not allowed to have phones and all that stuff. And so I was so bored. All I did was I reread Last Battle. I read some other religious books. I reread Last Battle in the hospital. I read other religious books. I read the proposal, that romance novel. I read that, and I was bored. I had nothing to do, so I decided to write the prologue. I was the prologue on Eutychius. Yeah. I remember the third day I was in the hospital in Gatineau, they brought me my notebook and everything, and I had my pen, and around nighttime I was writing Eutychius. I was on my bed, I had the table, I had my pen, I wrote it. Yeah. While I was in the hospital, it was depressing. I never want to go back to the hospital ever again, but that wasn't fun, man. I was there for 40 days. A month and like 10 days, man. I wanted to get out of there, man. And the guys go, Ivan, you were good. There's a lot of the people there. There's some people there who misbehave. They always cause ruckus and everything. And if you go to a mental institution and you don't behave and everything, they're going to keep you there longer. Whereas me, I was a good boy. I listened to the rules and everything. Hey, Ivan, you're a good boy. And you'll get out of here soon. I remember the day my stepmother picked me up. She drove me home. When I ride home for the first time, it was weird. It took getting used to being in my room and everything, yeah. Because I've been in the hospital for 40 days. Trust me, guys, all you guys who go to a hospital, once you're there for more than like a month, more than like 3 weeks, when you go home, everything it felt weird sleeping on my own bed. It took a good like maybe 5 days to get used to being at home again, right? Because I've been in the hospital for like 40 days. I thought they're going to keep me there for maybe 6 months or maybe a year. I'm like, fuck, man, I hope they don't keep me there for long. And after a month and 10 days, they sent me home. I was a good boy, obviously. I had not go to the hospital. I never would have found out about my mental illness, obviously, right? I didn't know I had a mental illness before. And the psychiatrist told me, yeah, Ivan, you have a mental illness. I'm like, what do I have? Yeah, you have psychosis, schizophrenia, Ivan. You have psychosis and you have schizophrenia. That's why I hear voices. I hear a French voice talking to me every day. It's really annoying. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? I have the keys right here. Yeah, I always hear I hear a French voice talking to me every time. It's weird. It's fucking weird, yeah. This voice, I hear voices. It's fucked up, yeah. Yeah. Sidetracking. Yeah. And now you guys understand why I said when I release my book, all the authors are gonna feel like shit, and it'll be a public embarrassment in the industry. Yeah, when I release my book, it's gonna be an embarrassment in the industry because no author kept the reader hooked the way Ivan did. All these authors don't write like me. They don't have my writing style. They don't have the heavenly gift. That's why their books feel a bit normal. Word in my book, right? Don't hate me, I'm saying, yeah. No, I like Lord of the Rings and Way of Kings and Game of Thrones better. Ivan's book was a bit raw with some of his as you guys read, obviously. Yeah, even though it's a bit raw in some sections as you guys read, it's still more entertaining than these other books that you fucking read. Be honest, man. What book is more entertaining when you read it, man? Like, yeah, Way of Kings and Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones are masterpieces, but they're not my book, man. My book is more entertaining. It's more interesting. The characters are on a page. It's a better story. The best fantasy novel ever written. Yeah, man. It's a more entertaining read, man, when you read it, right? Yeah. Yeah, your book is sick, I know. It's money. That's why the Gates want to control my brand, because they know it's gonna be the biggest brand in the anime industry. It's gonna be more popular than Harry Potter, man. J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter. Man, I'm gonna sell, I don't know, my 700, 800, 900 of billion copies, and I make my 15, 20 billion off the book, 10 billion off the book. Yeah, more popular than Harry Potter, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't want Ivan to be successful like that, being a multi-billionaire, be experienced that success and fame as a famous author. Because I'm gonna experience the success of being a famous author before I'm a movie star. Obviously, I experienced that fame of being a movie star, a successful fantasy author, right? That's why all the book nerds are gonna ask me, Ivan, are you gonna write more books? I'm like, maybe. I might write their need, but most likely not. My dream is to be a movie star with VJ. It's not being an author. I only wrote Xanus. I had no choice. The gatekeepers locked all the doors on me. That's why I had no choice but to write Xanus. Because I'm gifted, I wrote a masterpiece. That's why all the people are going to ask me, are you write more books? I'm like, no. I'm going to make movies with VJ. My dream is not being an author. It's being a movie star. VJ will tell me, yeah, I've been writing books. It's cool, but it's a bit boring. I'd rather be a movie star with you and sign that mega deal with Amazon. Be featured on the magazines with you and the Sky Source News. Yeah, I'd rather be a movie star with you, Ivan, a famous movie star with you, make all those billions than fucking write a novel, right? Yeah. Being a movie star is the best job in the world. There's nothing better than being a fucking movie star, man. You get to be a movie star and you get paid a lot of money for it. That's the best job in the world, man. Yeah. Some saying? Yeah. Hey, give me a second, guys. I'm gonna go upstairs and make a card for myself. I'll be back in a sec. Let's give it a video away. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Don't hate them, son. Alright, I'm back, guys. Sorry for the long wait. I had to take a leak and I had to warm my coffee, and they bought cream, so the coffee's really good, right? This is old coffee from the morning, I think. But yeah, if you want to cure that bitter taste in old coffee, put flavored cream on your coffee, and it still tastes pretty good. Obviously, because coffee after like 2 hours it tastes bitter. And that's why you need cream to take away the bitter taste of the coffee, obviously, right? Yeah, I have like no energy, man. When I walked upstairs, my body was so tired. This cocoa fruity, man. I'm looking for another job. I can't work there anymore, man. The work's too much. It's tough on my body. Obviously, the money there is pretty good. I make like this page, I'll get like I don't know, my $700. But the work there is too much, man. It's hard on the body, man. It's tough on the body. Cocoa fruity, man. The work there is too much. Like Dinty's is pretty crazy too. It's a lot of work, but it's not like cocoa fruity. Cocoa fruity is so much work. They overwork me, man. Especially weekends. Weekends at cocoa fruity is fucking tiring shit, man. It's crazy shit, yeah. And that's why the gates don't touch my money, man. You have me work these jobs, have me work my ass off for peanuts while you're making your trillions around the world. The $20 billion off the books for me is just not for you. You're not touching my money, man. You have enough money in your bank. You make your tens of trillions every year. I'm not going to let you take my billions on my book, man. No way. This is me, Vijay's money. It's not yours. You're not touching it, man. Zero. Don't hate them, saying, yeah, it's my brand, not yours. I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Please, Ivan, I love your book. I know my book is sick. It's a masterpiece. I can't wait to play Olivia, Ivan. I know. She's excited to play Olivia Vijay when I save her. Ivan, we can start on film soon with the $20 million you made off the book. I know. Sky's Entertainment, Baron Hall. We can fund Xanus around 2.1. If I make 20, I'll fund Xanus for $2.1 billion. That way, I can put $700 million towards each of the volumes. You give Peter Jackson, Mel Gibson, on the budget for your movie, right? Yeah. But if I make 15, yeah, obviously, 15 billion, I'll put $2 billion towards the movie. I even put 2.1, right? That way I make it for 700 million, a bit more. But I mean, yeah, easily affordable. We'll make our money. We will make our money back. We have the keys to the kingdom, obviously. Everything's easy for us. Yeah. So Ivan, for your movie, yeah, for Belle, Mary, and Lithia, I think something like Eowyn and Arwen and Lord of the Rings, they wear clothes like that, and they're spoiled women who live with Eli, obviously. Like Lithia is Eli's spoiled daughter. Obviously. Eli is very powerful. He's very wealthy, and Lithia is his spoiled daughter. And Belle and Mary are spoiled too. They live with Lithia in the house. When you read the book, I won't spoil the story for you, Sarah. So Eli is very wealthy. Oh yeah, Eli is very wealthy, but he's not as wealthy as Tachy's, obviously, and all them, and Tacitonius and Cassius. They're the royal family from the Northern Kingdom, the Xanus. But Eli's wealthy, man. He's a wealthy man. Yeah. I don't know. Tacitonius, Cassius' wealth is maybe 150 million. I'm just making up numbers here. Eli's wealth is maybe 30, 40 million. You guys know what I'm saying? $30 million. He's very wealthy, but he's not as wealthy as Tachy's and all them. That's why Tachy's like, if only he's seen my castle. They were shocked when they saw Eli's house. You guys read that passage. This, my Sir Francis, Eli's humble abode. Let's go inside, shall we? And Tachy's like, if only he's seen my castle. Yeah. Even though Eli has a beautiful fucking huge house in Saphius, it's not Tacius's castle where he lives, right? And Papyrus like, keep it down. Remember, you're from Cyrus. I'm now sick. I know. My book is sick. And you see how Tacius is cocky there? He looks down on the Southerns. Yeah. Ha, if only he's seen my castle. I'm really starting to get annoyed with this whole farmer thing. Yeah, I'm now sick. I know. My book is sick, man. It's a sick book. Yeah. 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 So your book will get raving reviews. Oh yeah, a literary cinematic masterpiece, a page turner, an entertainment ride of a lifetime. You know what I'm saying? An epic, thrilling horror, fantasy, adventure. Fun popcorn fantasy. Because Xanus is also a very fun read too. Like you're so entertained when you read it, man. My book's a masterpiece, man. Yeah, give me a second, guys. I'm gonna go charge my other phone. My other phone's not working. Well, I'm gonna charge it to see if it works. I think I broke it, maybe. I don't know. I hope not. That's where all my music is. But if not, I'll get it fixed. Because all my music is saved on there, right? This phone's not working. I don't know what's going on here, man. It fell down. I might have broke my. I broke my case. Maybe that's the reason why I might have broken it. I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't work. I'm gonna go charge it and see if it works, right? Yeah, my old phone doesn't work anymore, guys. I think I broke it when it fell down. I don't know. It doesn't work anymore. So now I can't show you stuff on YouTube and everything, right? In my videos. You guys, I already showed you guys all the pictures of Erica and everything. I showed you enough of my book. I can't show you stuff anymore because my old phone doesn't work anymore. But I have my new phone, but all my music was saved on my old phone. So my music is saved on this phone, but it doesn't work on the YouTube TV. My songs are all saved on this phone too, but it doesn't work on the YouTube TV. I have to find a way to make it work, right? Yeah. So I can't show you guys stuff anymore, which is good because I don't want to show you any more stuff of. Well, it's not good. I'm pissed off that my old phone doesn't work, but I can't show you guys any more sections of my book. I don't want to spoil story for you, man. You'll find what I mean when you read my book. Sam. Yeah. So I'll throw my old phone in the garbage. It doesn't work anymore. You know. So while you're looking at raving reviews, yeah, my book will be getting like 5.5, 5 out of 5 star reviews, 4.8 out of 5 reviews. Like I'm gonna be getting 4+ reviews out of 5 for my book. Because for books, for the reviews, it's out of 5. Whereas movies, it's out of 10. For books, it's out of 5 for the reviews, right? I'm gonna get like 4.8, 5.5 out of 5 out of 5, 4.8 out of 5, 4.5 out of 5. My book is so entertaining. Raving reviews, man. It's crazy behind the scenes, right? Behind the scenes, not in the public eye. I didn't sell the gates. That's my glory and fame is not in the public eye. It's behind the scenes. That's why the whole thing is set up. I'm a genius. It's your fault, man. You wanted to keep me behind the scenes. It's now my glory and fame is behind the scenes. And you get deserve. My glory is behind the scenes. That's why you guys feel left out and abandoned for being VJ's glory when we're getting going because you're stupid. You chose the what? You chose the bullshit sex. Being left behind over, never know what it's like to have sex, and being saved in the public eye, experience IV's glory. You're fucking stupid people, man. Yeah, so the sex is obviously worth more to you guys than my glory. You let your man, but you guys obviously want your full cake, and that's why you want me to make videos on my Savage channel. Well, I'm not going to do that, man. Once I pay the fee, and I pay my dues, and I come back to life. I'm saying I'm taking my money, I'm taking my wife, and I'm running away with each, and I'm piecing the fuck out. You're left behind, you're not safe, you deserve. I'm not going to do that, no way. You make fun of the mess behind my back. You act like I watch myself. You think I'm going to make videos for you when I'm king. You're crazy. I want to forget about this Savage channel, guys, on king. The trends and living that multi-million VJ is much better than this stupid Savage channel. Once me and VJ are trending every day, we're going to forget about our old life. We're going to forget about the Savage channel, man. And VJ will tell me, Ivan, don't even think about making Savage videos for the world. Do not let the world dupe us like that. But they made us pay a price. They deserve to pay too. And they make fun of the mess behind our back. And they're gonna act like we're watching ourselves. Don't let the world dupe like that. VJ will tell me that. Don't make any videos for the world. I know VJ, I'm not making any videos for the world, man. The world gets what they deserve, yeah. And I'm gonna live my life, and you guys can live your life. But because you're left behind, you pay a price too, obviously, right? Yeah, don't hate him, saying, yeah. I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. Well, Ivan, you're crazy, man. You think Zane's will be better than the Zane's movie will be better than Lord of the Rings? Well, yes, man. You're looking at a better movie than Lord of the Rings. Ow. Looking at a better movie than Lord of the Rings. Peter Jackson's not stupid. Don't even tell me, I mean, looking at a better movie judging by Lord of the Rings. Yeah, man. You have a huge exodus. You have the light behind the walls. You have Eretat's army marching. You have the demon bats in the caverns, and the civilians are all scared with torches. You have the big war in the end, the battle in the caverns. You have the captured scene, the dungeon scene. You know what I'm saying? You have the politics. You have all that stuff. Yeah, looking at a masterpiece, man. Yeah. Like, imagine a scene with John Boyega and Jimo Hantu. They get captured by Fuful and the wolves, and they journey to Barak, and they're in Barak, and they're looking like that, devils like that, and all of the wolves are staring at them, and Eretat is like interrogating them, and they're devils, and they're laughing at them, looking at a masterpiece, man. Because I'm looking at a masterpiece. This is better than my Lord of the Rings. This is a powerful story. Yeah, you're gonna feel for John Boyega and Jimo Hantu in that scene, right? Yeah. So this must be Galactic, the Great Forest. Yes, must be. And the Horde Valley's near. I can feel its darkness already emanating. Yeah, I mean, that was sick. I don't know. Look, it's sick, man. So the Valley of the Dark has a darkness that you can feel. Yes, Cassius can sense it. He feels it. The evil of the darkness of the valley. And that's why he said the Horde Valley is near. I can feel its darkness already emanating. And once you pass that dark valley, you're now in Barak, and that's where the demon wolves live. That's where Eretat lives. And that's how wicked and evil Eretat is. He's a devil. In the book, he's not that scary, obviously. But once I apply it to the big screen, and I bring in the character's life, looking at devils, man, something fucking scary. And that's why you're gonna be hooked watching it, man. Yeah, because everything are devils and demons, and you're looking at a beautiful world too. Amazing action sequences, battle scenes in the movie. Yeah, people tell me, I even think of a war better than my Helm's Deep and my Return of the King war. Looking at a much better war than my Lord of the Rings movies. Because Lord of the Rings, he had a limited $90 million budget, and it still looked amazing, the battle scenes in the movie, right? And he only had $90 million budget. I'm putting it, I don't know, $700 million per volume. Because I can make Zane's for good, maybe like 2.1. No, I put $700 million towards each volume. $400 million towards special effects and visual effects per volume. Yeah, $1.2 billion is going towards special effects and visual effects for my 3 movies. $400 million per volume. Yeah, you're looking at an amazing movie. Amazing world building, battle scenes, and the horror of the demon wolves and bats. Looking something amazing. I think it's something like Prince of Egypt for the X of Safias, man. And they're scared with torches, looking at a masterpiece. I was looking at a masterpiece. This is Lord of the Rings. I don't believe it's Lord of the Rings. I can imagine a 20,000 army marching looking like that. They're devils, man. And they arrive to Safias and they find out the humans are gone. You're looking at a man. The world's gonna fill for you guys. I know. I'm looking at a masterpiece. This is Lord of the Rings. Oh, I know, but it's Lord of the Rings. It's better than Lord of the Rings, Peter. It's a masterpiece, man. Yeah, man. Some Sarah. Yeah, man. Yeah. After this, I'm gonna take a nice hot shower. Yeah. Ivan, when will you apply to McDonald's? I'll apply tomorrow after work. I'll apply to McDonald's. After work, I'm gonna fix up my resume a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna apply to the McDonald's. I'm also gonna apply to Tim Hortons. Yeah, Tim Hortons too. I'll apply to Tim Hortons and McDonald's. And if I get the job, I'm gonna tell the Coco Frutti boss, okay, I can work for you for 2 weeks, but after the 2 weeks, I'm done. No, so I love the people here. It's a family here, but man, working at Coco Frutti is fucking too much work. It's tough on my body. I can't take it anymore, man. I can't work. I don't want to work Saturdays and Sundays alone, man. Fuck that, man. No fucking way. Too much work. Stressing, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm done with dishwashing, man. Except for Dinty's. Dinty's, I'll still work there. I like working at Dinty's. Dinty's is not that bad. A lot of work too at Dinty's, but it's not as bad as Coco Frutti. Coco Frutti is crazy because you have to close, man. They close at 2:30, which means you have to wash every single dish. Whereas Dinty's, I don't have to wash every single dish because by 3 o'clock I leave. As long as you clear it pretty well, by 3 o'clock I'm out of there. Whereas Coco Frutti, you have to wash every dish because they close at 2:30. So you have to close the dish pit and clean every dish that you have to wash, man. It's crazy. And I showed you guys the picture, right? And I saw that picture. Yeah, you're looking at something crazy, man. For Coco Frutti, a lot of fucking work. Yeah. 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 I mean, how long will your book be? Probably 700 something pages or all around there, right? 700, maybe 20, 30, 40, 50 page book. It's a long book, but it's not as long as Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings is longer than my book. Lord of the Rings is like a 1,300 page book. But nowadays, fantasy novels are long. Like, I heard like Way of Kings and Game of Thrones are like 1,000 page books, man. That's crazy, man. Yeah, 1,000 pages? Yeah. I told you, because I'm such an amazing storyteller, even if I wrote a 1,000 page book, it would fly by because I'm an amazing storyteller. You'd be constantly hooked turning the pages. I'm a genius. But my Xanus book is not 1,000 pages. It's a good maybe 700, like 50, 40 page book. It's a long book, but it's not as long as Lord of the Rings, right? Yeah. So Cassius and Tacitonius were disgusted with the Southerns. Yeah, when they found out that they locked the Southerns locked Eli and them locked their cousin who's a prince of Xanus in chains. Like they were disgusted. Like, who the fuck do you guys think you are, man? You guys are fucking Southerns. Takis has authority over you, and you lock him in a fucking dungeon. Yeah, and that's why he was so furious with Job, man. And Job was scared, obviously. He was scared, obviously, right? Yeah, a little bit, obviously, right? Because they're Northerns, they're warriors, obviously, right? Where the Southerns are not trained in the arts. Yeah. Yeah. So Ivan, some of the women were curious about Tactius, yes. Belle and Mary. Mary was a bit curious about Tactius, obviously. She said there's something off about this Colonius guy. He doesn't look like a Syrian farmer. Obviously. She didn't believe he was a Princess Xanus, but she had her curiousness. Maybe he might be from the north, maybe. Because there's something off about him. He's handsome, he's great with women, he's a great dancer. The Syrians are not dancers, right? Like, that dancing comes from the north. Yeah, I almost spoke so I'm going to read the book. I told you, even then, they don't believe he's Princess Xanus because they can't believe that the prince from Xanus, the northern, beautiful, heavenly kingdom, would come down to the south. That's why the Southerners don't believe it. As you guys read in the passage, obviously, right? Belle's like, Lith, that's crazy speech. No way is the Arizanes wandering these parts. We're in the South. Like, Lithia, you're crazy, man, yeah, to believe that he's a Princess Xanus. Yeah, they can't believe it. Yeah. So, yeah. 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 So Cassius cares about the Solomons a little bit, as you guys read in that passage with Francis, Cleo, and Sebastian. He's like, okay, head to the north, it'll be safe for you there. But he told Lookman, as a Southern, you will not be welcome. Just tell them that Cassius sent you. They're like, thank you, yeah. And he even gave them daggers. You know, so we never know what dangers are lying in these. I'm now sick, I know. You know what I'm saying? Keep your eyes closed when you pass through the valley. And if you three are ever to see a wolf, hide or run and never look back. And Godspeed. You know, I'm now sick, I know. Obviously. In the scene when they're looking for Takis, when they arrive to Cyrus, he says these vicious, rotten wolves are paid for this treachery. And Zolf tells Cassius, General, sell them they were. He's like, I know, but they're also human. He has a little bit of sympathy for them, but even he doesn't really care about the Southerners. As you guys read in that scene with Job, they were making fun of Job. How I know you're no Southern thief. We can't expect Southerners to exact the same personal traits and expressions of saying, yeah. When Job said he was a pothead, yeah. You can't expect the Southerners to be like us. Yeah. He's like, how I know you're no Southern thief? And Tastonian's like, yeah, I was told not to trust Southerners. Yeah, they mocked Job, and Job was like, he's like, likewise. What do you mean by likewise? Well, he goes back to Tacitus, Papyri, and Sirius. Right? I almost supposed to for you. He's like, what? Excuse me? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Northerners are so arrogant. Yeah, Job says that. Yeah, they're arrogant, the Northerners. They don't like the Southerners. Yeah. Obviously. Yeah, but in that scene when he talked about the exit of Sapphius, Cassius showed some sympathy towards him. Yeah, because Tactius told him we can't abandon his evil. That's why he had to obey his command. Obviously. Cassius was willing to take Tactius, Suetonius, and Sirius and Papyri and ditch the Solons, but Tactius told him, look, man, we can't just abandon these people and have the wolves come and slaughter them. I believe we're here to save these people in the south from Eritas grass. He's like, cousin, think twice about what you're saying. He's like, no, Cassius, that's an order. He's like, as you say, Your Highness, he has to listen to Tactius, obviously, because Tactius is the prince. And that's why later on in that scene, he's now more sympathetic towards the Solons. You guys see what I'm saying here? Yeah. Obviously. And in Volume 3, Cassius cares more about the Southerns, too. when you read the book, obviously. He has more of a care for them, obviously. When you read volume 3, I won't spoil the story for you. Yeah. 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 Almost there, guys. Yeah. So why did Tactius really choose to save the Southerns? Because the dungeon experience humbled him, obviously, and he couldn't leave Lithia. That's the main reason why he saved the Southerns. He's like, I can't leave Lithia. And Cassie's like, look, Tactius, forget about your feelings for Lithia. You're blinded by your feelings for Lithia. She's a Southern. You're the Prince of the North. You're all that matters. You're important. We gotta get the fuck out of this South, man. This place is demonic. We gotta get out of here. He's like, no, I can't leave Lithia. He likes Lithia, yeah. It seems you already clarified your feelings, Tactius. We don't have time for this. I'm now sick, I know. Yeah. Yeah. So they had a panic, yeah. When they told them that Erita and the Wolves are coming here, Eli and them had a bit of a panic, and Cassie's like, peace, calm down, relax. He's like, calm down. He's like, Erita and the Wolves are on the way here. How the fucking one calm down? Yeah. Evacuation, I've now said. You mean like a huge exodus? Yeah, I was sick, I know. Are you saying there's another passage to the north? There is. It's due west from here in the mountain of Gileas. We can pass through the cavern there. He's like, hold it. There's legends of dwelling devils and creatures that live there. Yeah, the bats. And Tacitonius is like, I think me, Cassius, and Tachyus can handle some worthless bats. These are no ordinary bats, Tacitonius. They are big and fierce. They can kill even you, one who's trained the arts. They are devils. Oh, come on, we can fight them. And then Cassius is like, Tass, listen to them. The words might bring us some fair advice on our journey. I'm not sick. I'm fucking sick, man. It's a masterpiece. What happens when it joins the mountains? I won't spoil the story. You'll see what I mean when you read Volume 3, right? I won't spoil the story, man. That's why Volume 3 is my favorite. Yeah, it's so sick. I wrote a masterpiece, yeah, man. A masterpiece. Yeah. Do the sellers know about the bats? Some of them do. Like Eli and Cornelius obviously know about the bats, whereas Lithia didn't know about the bats. That's why she's like, oh, he's like, Father, what do you perceive? What are you talking about? Yeah, but Eli and Cornelius, they know about the bats, obviously. They're the ones who told them, yeah, there's dwelling devils that live there. Obviously. Does Cassius know about the bats? He does, but he doesn't know that much about the bats. He says, yeah, it seems like Taki has kept some stuff for me. I know very little. He knew a little bit about the Gillies Mountains, but he doesn't know that much about the mountains, obviously. Because the Northerners barely come to the South. They don't know that much about the South, obviously. But he knew a little bit about the Gillies Mountains, but he doesn't know the stuff. Yeah. But Eli and Cornelius, they know. There have been legends of dwelling devils and creatures that live there. The bats. And that leads to Ephesus. That's why I don't want to spoil over you. That's why I wrote a masterpiece, man. What's a masterpiece? Yeah. And Ephesus is the king bad in the mountains. The mountains, yeah. That's why I didn't show you Volume 3. I don't want to spoil over you, yeah. Yep. Is Ephesus evil too? Yes. Ephesus is a cursed being too, obviously. He's evil too. He's a demonic bat, obviously. He's the king bat of the mountains, the Gillies Mountains, and then the city too. I won't spoil for you. That's his territory. Aratat says in Volume 3, yeah, the mountain regions is not my territory. That's where the bats, the bats, that they go back generations, and that leads to the story. I won't spoil over. That's why you have a plot twist in Volume 3. Yeah, the bats are they're no friends of ours. The bats and wolves are not necessarily the bestest of friends, right? But they're common enemies, the humans. They both hate the humans. The wolves and the bats despise the humans. They have a hatred towards the humans. Why, Ivan? I won't spoil story. You'll see what I mean when you read the book. That's why I didn't show you Volume 3. I won't spoil story for you. That's why I wrote a masterpiece. Volume 3 will answer all the questions for you that you're wondering in the first few volumes. Yeah, I even answer the question of why that world is the way it is. Why that fantasy world is the way it is. Yeah, you get all the questions answered. That's why I wrote a masterpiece. My book is sick. Yeah. When you read Volume 3. That's why Volume 3 is my favorite. But you can argue Volume 2 is better. It just depends on how the art hits you, right? It's a back and forth of Volume 2 and Volume 3. But I mean, I like Volume 3 a bit more. And Volume 2 is a close second. And Volume 1 is the worst for me, obviously. Yeah. So Tactius is the most skilled swordsman in the land, yes. In terms of potential, he's the most skilled. But he's arrogant. He's an arrogant, cocky prince, obviously. Just like Anakin is arrogant and stupid. But he's the most powerful out of all the warriors in Xanus. And second behind him is Cassius and Maramis. They're equal in power. And then third is Tacitonius, and you have the rest of the Zane army, obviously. Yeah. Tacitonius is the third most powerful warrior when you read the book, right? As you guys read, he's like, yeah, Tactius has mastered every section of the art. Tacitonius too, but not like your son Tactius. Yeah, he is Tactius' boy. Royal blood runs in his veins. Yeah, I'm now sick, I know. Tactius mastered the Zane arts as a kid. Tacitonius also mastered it, but not the way, he's not on Tactius' level. Tactius mastered it. Tacitonius mastered it too, but not like Tactius, obviously. Like, Tactius is a better warrior than Tacitonius, but Tacitonius is also an amazing warrior too. He can hold his own against the devil wolves, man. Yeah, he fights both the Pit Watcher in the war, right? I almost spoil sword for you. Yeah, obviously. So the Zanes can hold their own against the wolves. Yes, the random wolves, but the general, like Morale, only Cassius can take him. Both the Pit Watcher, only someone like Tacitonius can take him. But the other random wolves, the one in the army can hold their own against him, obviously. The wolves can kill them, they can kill the wolves. You know what I'm saying? They're both races are amazing warriors. Some Sarah? Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna see John Vega. He fights Bull the Pit Watcher in the war. He has an epic battle with him. Jimonsu fights Morale the Devil, Morale the General, and then I take on Fufu and Takius in the war, and Eritat in the war. But yeah, sick movie. Yeah. Yeah. So Takius is an amazing warrior. Takius is such an amazing warrior. He takes on Fufu and Eritat in the war. That's how amazing of a skilled swordsman he is. Obviously, he's amazing in swordsman. I almost pulled sword soon. I'm gonna read the book from center. Yeah. But the real battle is with Eritat, but he also takes on Fufu too. Because Eritat is the main villain. Fufu is a supporting character, but Eritat is the main villain when you read the book. And he feasts as a minor character. He's not the main villain in the movie. In the book, I mean, it's Eritat. Eritat's the main villain of the book. The main antagonist, right? Yeah. Is Takius the first amazing? Yeah, Takius the first is also an amazing warrior, but he's not as amazing as Takius the second, obviously. Takius the second is more skilled than even Takius the first. Yeah. The most skilled swordsman of the lands. That's why he tells Cassius, promise me you will trade my son in the arts. He's like, yeah, Baramis spoke of a gift. He's like, promise me, you know I will, uncle. And Tacitonius train him also. And that's why young Cassius and Maramis, they train Tacitonius and Tactius in the Zayn arts. That's why I wrote a sick book on. The book is sick, yeah. Sick book. Yeah, man. That's why Zayn's will be the best fans ever written. Anyways, guys, I talked for now 45 minutes. That's good enough. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Stay tuned. I'll make a video tomorrow after my daunting shift at Coco Fruity. This is Zagmer. I'm signing up. Peace, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this show I made for you. Peace. Don't hate me, I'm saying. Peace out, guys.